When Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in the rematch, before Deontay Wilder started accepting the ludicrous theories that were put about as to how Tyson Fury won, before he, months later by the way as well, started accepting all those crazy theories, you heard a lot of his fans make some bizarre theories that the suit was too heavy, that he was spiked, that Tyson Fury had an egg weight in his glove. Actually, it was so farcical that they tried to claim that Fury's gloves were tampered with and that he had egg weights in his gloves and it was this and that. And they claim to have proof by saying, look how deformed the glove is and look how it moves and stuff like that. Forgetting the fact that the glove they were actually showing was a glove from the first fight in which Tyson Fury never even came close to hurting Deontay Wilder. And obviously, for those who don't know, Everlast MX gloves, which is the gloves he used in the first fight, are made from primarily of horsehair, so they will deform. You see that with most fighters who wear them. He wore Path and Sport in the rematch, which he's worn actually throughout the course of his career. And they used that as reason as to why Fury was cheating, using a glove from the first fight and trying to claim he used it in the second fight. It was a whole list. It was actually funny to listen to and just see the excuses, all of which were complete nonsense. Now, Deontay Wilder was silly enough to buy those, and he's still buying them now, believe it or not. I mean, he's still claiming Tyson Fury cheated both occasions, which he clearly didn't. Okay? Now, Tyson Fury over the weekend took a loss against Oleksandr Usyk, and I felt that after the fight, when he made that claim that Usyk got the decision because of the conflict in Usyk's home country, I thought that was quite frankly disgusting. I really did. And I thought, you know what? I thought he would have a little bit more dignity a bit more gracious, I should say, be a bit more gracious in defeat. And Tyson Fury hasn't come out and really said anything after it. But his fans have. The Daily Mail posted this article. Boxing fans, and I take exception, Kieran Lynch, who is the man who wrote this article, I take exception with you saying boxing fans because boxing fans don't come out with this kind of nonsense. Boxing fans begin extraordinary conspiracy theory as they accuse Oleksandr Usyk of using an inhaler between rounds during victory over Oleksandr Usyk. Boxing fans have raised suspicion of Oleksandr Usyk's alleged breaking the rules during his victory over Tyson Fury. The Ukrainian became the first undisputed heavyweight champion in a quarter of a century with a split decision win over the Gypsy King. However, some viewers began a conspiracy theory on social media that Usyk was using an inhaler between rounds. Footage appears to show Usyk putting something between his mouth while he was sat in the corner. However, other fans have argued that there was no wrongdoing by Oleksandr Usyk, with there being no suggestion that Usyk did use an inhaler, other than a number of boxing supporters on social media. Again, I wouldn't call them boxing supporters. Some fans have suggested Usyk was using an inhaler between rounds, though others argue that Usyk was not breaking any rules by just kissing across. Now, if you actually go, there's a video on Twitter, Eddie Hearn has even shared it, where it's actually translated where Oleksandr Usyk, I don't know what round it was between. Actually, sorry, it's saying here that it was between rounds 6 and 7. So just as Usyk started to come into the fight, that he asked for a crucifix. It's a bit skewered, but it does look that way. And he kissed it. And that was kind of how he got himself back into the fight. If anyone remembers Alexander Povetkin, I'm not sure, was it the Shagayev fight? It might have been that one, where Povetkin was gassing a little bit and Teddy Atlas was in the corner, and Povetkin's father, who passed away, he got a picture of Povetkin's father, showed it to him, and that spurred Povetkin on. You can do that, but an inhaler? Get the L out of here, or get the F out of here. One fan argued that Fury got cheated, while another noticed that they gave what looked like an inhaler. Didn't look like an inhaler to me. I cannot believe this. And you know who has come out and said that that's not a cross to me, and that's the words he used, not a cross to me? Isaac Low IQ. It would be him, wouldn't it? Honestly, am I even surprised that, listen, when the Wilder fanboys 4 years ago made these outrageous excuses, it kind of took me a bit by surprise, but Deontay Wilder was foolish enough to actually believe them. I don't think, in fact, no, Fury isn't anything like Deontay Wilder in that regard. He is a lot smarter than Deontay Wilder. I would be gobsmacked if he actually believed some of these pathetic excuses, And you see it with people, they need to find a reason as to why Oleksandr Usyk won. So Usyk kissing a crucifix in between rounds, and his division is a little bit skewered. They're trying to make out he was getting an inhaler. What? I mean, there are plenty of fighters with asthma who would, Shannon Briggs is a good example. I've never seen any of them need an inhaler between rounds. I don't even know if you're allowed to bring it. Surely the corner would be well checked to make sure that there's nothing illegal, nothing untoward there in the corner in between rounds other than what's allowed. Honestly, seeing that article, because it just popped up and kind of just the way like some news things pop up, and I was like, what? What the hell is this? And it's not just the Daily Mail who are reporting it. The Irish Sun, Combat Sports UK, Wales Online, The Mirror. There's a few who are reporting on it, and honestly, I think this is just absolutely farcical. I mean, again, it's not Tyson Fury who's coming out and saying any of this, as it was at the time. Wasn't Deontay Wilder coming out and saying any of that nonsense. He ended up just, going along with it. You had the likes of his little brother who is, Marcellus Wilder is what Marcellus Wilder is, kind of similar to Isaac Lowe, really, just a kind of clinger on her. And he was saying all this. I mean, he even said Deontay Wilder had an autopsy. So he died and came back to life? Really? That's a new one. That's a new excuse now, I've heard. But the excuses are coming, and the reality is, and it is reality, the better man won in the night. It was as simple as that. Tyson Fury did a very good job. He gave a good account of himself. He gave Usyk a very tough fight. Those few rounds 4 to 6, he looked brilliant in those rounds. Best I've seen him in a long time. But Usyk was the better man on the night. It's as simple as that. Can't believe I actually seen that come up. But yes, that's what articles, online publications are reporting, that there are, and I need to use the word boxing fans, Fury fans, claiming that Oleksandr Usyk used an inhaler between rounds. Unbelievable. Seen it all now. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.